Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about the new name being considered to replace Cesar Chavez Boulevard and the ballot initiative to ban hunting and fishing in Oregon, among other things. We're also diving into our mailbag to hear from you, our listeners. Joining me today are Willamette Week reporter and author Brianna Wheeler and our very own executive producer, John Notarianni. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Claudia.
Fabulous. Good morning.
Is this the first time we've been back together since our live show?
I've been on the show with you, Brianna, but I think that might have been a day that you were out. So yeah dream team back together. Look at this.
Tag team back again. Check it, wreck it, let's begin. John, do you even know that
I cannot
song?
believe you have that immediate recall.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you. A little whoop, there it is.
And our Gen Z listeners are like, I do not understand what happened.
I know, sorry. Geriatric millennials here. Before we get into the news, we usually ask an opening question so our listeners can get to know our guests a little better. But going forward, we're going to be offering some exclusive content just once a week for our members, our CityCast Portland neighbors. So today's opening question, which is about the Greater Idaho Movement, is going to be exclusively for our CityCast Portland neighbors. And if you want to hear it, you could sign up at membership.citycast.fm, and you're going to get all of our members-only content in our members-exclusive ad-free feed of the show, which I hear is pretty killer. No ads. Again, this is just happening once a week, so we're going to catch our non-members, which we still very much love, on the flip side. On to the news. Brianna, you have updates on the push to rename Cesar Chavez Boulevard. What's the scoop? Woody Allen Way?
Oh my gosh. Wow, we are so offensive and annoying today. I love it. I hate it. I don't know how I feel.
I just spit.
But I will tell you how Alex Zelensky feels over OPB. This reporting, Portland leaders will consider renaming Cesar Chavez Boulevard. So this is kind of a litmus test for Portlanders. Do y'all remember when 39th Avenue was called 39th Avenue? Like, how long have you been here?
Before my time, yeah.
I basically moved just as they were doing the switch, so not all of the street names had it. So it was like super confusing for someone who, by the way, at that time did not have Google Maps, just had printouts of MapQuest, and I was constantly lost.
So it was like street by street. It was a different name. They were like mid-transition.
Oh my God. You are dropping the geriatric millennials here.
The best part is that, like, culturally no one had caught on, so people were still calling it 39th Street.
Totally.
And so I was looking for a 39th. I was getting a Cesar Chavez. I was just like, does this place exist? You know?
Fully. Yeah, I remember as well. I also remember when Rosa Parks used to be Portland Boulevard. Anyway, we were on a name.
Back in our day.
Yeah, totally. Like geriatric millennials in the cut.
Wheel my wagon down 39th Avenue.
I used to play stick and ball down Portland Boulevard. Sorry. Okay, so Brianna.
In my 1999 Subaru Forester. Okay. It has been about 2 decades since that campaign successfully renamed 39th to Cesar Chavez, right? Now, flash forward, 2026. We know what we know now. We know that Chavez has allegedly sexually abused a lot of women and a lot of girls. And we don't want a freaking street named after him anymore. So, city councilors are considering a new name for the Portland street. Campesinos Boulevard. Did I say that right, Claudia?
Campesinos, yeah.
Yeah.
You did it
right.
perfectly.
Then that means farmers or farm workers, and it's meant to honor the farm working push that played this integral role, I mean, not just in labor rights, but the naming of that street. So Reina Lopez is the executive director of Pineros y Campesinos Unidos del Noroeste. How'd I do, Claudia?
Okay. I mean, those were words.
Oh, fuck. Oh, can I try again?
Sure. Or you could just say it in English.
Reina Lopez, the executive director of Pineros y Campesinos Unidos del Noroeste, Oregon's largest farm worker union, thank you, is part of the committee that proposed the name change, right? So that came to the council's Public Works Committee Tuesday, okay? It's a 5-person Public Works Committee, and they vote unanimously to advance this proposal to a full city council hearing. The majority of people who testified, they're supporting this move, right? Here's the clincher. There is no precedent for removing a person's name from a street in Portland, only renaming a street after a person of historical significance. So there is a city code that requires the support of at least 2,500 Portlanders or at least 75% of people living on the street in question. Okay? So this new proposal, it's going to waive that requirement completely. We don't need 2,500 Portlanders to tell us that we don't want streets named after rapers. We don't need 75% of the people living on the street to agree that they don't want that to be the name of their street, right? But for some reason, that's a big issue, and it has drawn opposition to the name change. Okay, so we've got a homie who lives on the street, Kyle Warner, and he is quoted as saying, "This is unfair, inappropriate, and not consistent with best practices for street naming. For talking so much about inclusion and equity, you are not including us, and we live on the street." I really want to interpret that as a civic-minded community member and not a guy who's championing drawing this process out and keeping the name of this street longer than it needs to be. It's a lot. It's a lot. So attempts to bring Chavez's name to 4 other city streets failed back in the day in, 2009? And finally, they decide to rename 39th Avenue. Now, the question is, are we going to rename it Campesinos? Or can we just rename it 39th Avenue again? Like, what's the easiest thing to do? Because renaming it in the first place costs $200,000 in time, in material costs. You cannot convince me that there is not a stockpile in a warehouse somewhere downtown of street signs that say 39th, right? Because of course there are. Of course there are. Well, what do you guys think? Do you have interesting name suggestions? Or what do you think? Should we just go back to 39th Avenue and eliminate the possibility for all of this treachery?
Oh my gosh, I'm just hardcore on the never name anything after a person ever again team.
Can we learn, please?
And maybe we don't want to take cultural movements and put them on the shoulders of a single person, regardless of whether somebody turns out to be problematic 50 years later. Movements aren't driven by a single person. So, I like the idea of Campesinos. I'm also fine with 39th. I'm sort of citizens of 39th Avenue, whatever's clever,
right.
Do your thing. Yeah.
39th ain't never did nothing to nobody.
Yeah, 100%. Or we could just stop naming streets after men.
Oh, that part.
I love Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
Because it's next to a park and it's roses. I thought it was beautiful. I was look at this.
I did not pick up on either of those, Claudia. That's so nice.
I've always loved it because I was that works so well. I'm sure it was just kismet. But anyhow, I'm stop naming things after men.
Truly.
But I completely agree with you, John. I'm happy with 39th. Campesinos is cool, but can I just tell you that sometimes it just feels like Portland is really performative?
Thank that part.
And if for some reason we had a really strong campesino community that lived in Portland, I would be that's awesome. Let's represent. We don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can we stop performing? Can we just stop being performative? That's my only thing. And I see this as a brown woman. It's actually at a certain point, it's annoying. It's so annoying. But yeah, if it gets changed to Campesinos, awesome. Great. Whatever. 39th is great. I do love the idea of just reusing those signs. I think that would be hilarious.
They're sitting in a pile somewhere.
Claudia Meza Boulevard.
CityCast Boulevard. Start that campaign.
Yeah, that's going to really go over well. Well, I guess we're going to keep an eye on this, see where it lands.
Why don't we call it Caesar Salad Boulevard?
We could save some money there.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
It's also, it does honor the Latinos because Caesar salads weren't they invented in Tijuana?
Invented in Tijuana, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. But anyhow, we'll keep an eye on this. Thank you, Brianna, for dipping back in. I know we've been covering that as well. Let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, the Oregon ballot initiative to criminalize hunting and fishing. Got leftover paint, stain, or varnish taking up space in your basement or garage? You're not alone. Many of us finish a project and end up with half-used cans we're just not sure what to do with. Don't let them sit there collecting dust, taking up space. Recycle them with Paint Care. Whether it's cans from a recent renovation or years of storage, Paint Care helps ensure your paint is managed responsibly and kept out of landfills. Drop off your cans for free at one of more than 175 conveniently located drop-off sites across Oregon. To find a drop-off site near you, visit paintcare.org. That's paintcare.org.
Bikes with Mikes.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Bikes with Mikes. Mike, we got a listener question. When I'm driving, how much space should I give a person on a bicycle when passing?
Well, Mike, that's a good question. When you see a rider, slow down and give them plenty of space.
Yeah, it's called fall distance. Picture their total height, bike and all, and give at least that much space in case they were to fall.
Totally, Mike, and only pass when it's safe. It's not worth risking someone's life for.
Well, that's it for today. Remember, life is better when we roll together.
A message from 2 Mikes and ODOT.
Speaking of delusion and entitlement, now that's a CityCast Portland members only joke, FYI, since it's referencing our opening question. So anyhow, there is a controversial ballot initiative petition 28, which would expand Oregon's animal cruelty laws, currently seeking enough signatures to get on November's ballot that would prohibit hunting, fishing, slaughtering livestock, conducting scientific research on animals, using animals in rodeos, operating a commercial poultry business, and castrating or neutering livestock, among other activities. The measure would retain narrow exemptions for self-defense and veterinary practices. In order to get a measure on the November ballot, the state requires roughly 117,000 signatures of support from Oregonians registered to vote. Now, the initiative has now collected and submitted more than 120,000 signatures to the state. Oh, damn. But the average rejection of signatures that happens during this review process is around 15%, which means they needed to submit roughly 135,000 of total signatures to assure that they make it through review. But David Michelson, leader of the campaign, thinks that they're going to be able to make that up because they're still collecting signatures. Now, the solution, if you're curious, like, how is this going to happen? Because they're basically saying no farmers, no cattle ranchers, no poultry, no eggs, none of that. Their solution to the potential impact on various Oregon industries include a transition fund that would be used for income replacement, job retraining, and food assistance. So, poop easy, right? Hey guys, have you thought about getting a different job?
This is such a nightmare.
Okay. Of course, powerful industry groups whose members would be impacted by the measure, which would include the Oregon Farm Bureau, the Oregon's Cattlemen Association, which, oh my God, Oregon's Cattlemen Association? I've never wanted to be part of an association. There's something that sounds so cool about that. Just me and the cattlemen hanging out. The Oregon Hunter Association, and a bunch of others associations. They've expressed strong opposition to the ballot, but they're just like, we're going to wait and see. Mm-hmm. We're going to save our monies. If this somehow gets on the ballot, then we're going to unleash a fury, you know? But I don't know, you guys, let's imagine this through. It gets on the ballot. What do you guys think? Do you think it has any chance in hell?
Oh my gosh. I mean, no, but maybe. I mean, this is what's so wonky about the ballot initiative system that we have in Oregon. It's pretty easy to get these sweeping measures onto the ballot, and they can just sort of squeak through. I think that this is one that is absolutely not going to do it. I mean, you want to start a culture war? You want to give a Republican governor something to campaign on? Here you go.
Yeah.
But I don't know, stranger things have happened. I also seized on that idea of the job retraining fund. Do you know how big our livestock industry is in Oregon? I pulled some numbers from the USDA.
Oh, do. Yes.
Okay.
So this is from a 2022 census. This is the closest one I found. The livestock and poultry industry, $2.1 billion in sales revenue a year. It's 30% of our agricultural industry is cattle and poultry and livestock.
Right.
So this is not a drop in the bucket. The actual economic consequences of something like this. And I am all for like ethical treatment of animals across the board, but like this is just kind of a wacky idea.
Is this an ethics argument? Is this like Revenge of the Vegetarians? Like that's straight up just animal rights?
Yeah, because the way they're trying to do this is they're trying to expand the state's animal cruelty laws, existing laws. So this would be an amendment of sorts.
How is this going to, like, what was the impetus? What's the thought process? What's the end game here? You're just going to turn this whole state vegetarian like that against our will?
I will say that when I was reading through this, the conducting scientific research on animals, to me, is just like, hone in on that. Like,
Right? Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, fuck that. Like, recently they had like all these beagles that they found and they released because just the thought of like, whatever, any animal, lab rats. I don't know if you guys know, but I used to work in labs, and I had to stop working in labs because one of the things that I would have to do is routinely monitor rats in various stages of cancer. And I just could not. And we were purposefully giving rats cancer. Of course, this was like for the greater good or whatever, but I just like could not. And to this day, I am like a little haunted by it. So that to me, I'm just like, yeah, that would be a bit easier to pass. Everything else, it just feels, can I tell you, it feels to me as nonsensical and like delusional as less than 9% of the population wanting, 80% of Oregon's landmass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I will say though, like, I doubt that this is being proposed as like a law that people think are actually going to be passed. I imagine that it's sort of about like changing the conversation about animal rights and like, making the conversation more mainstream, which if that's the goal, like objective achieved, here we are talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm curious if it makes it to ballot. I also don't think it's going to pass, but I guess we'll see. All right, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, we're diving into our mailbag. All right, John, what's going on with our mailbag?
Well, the first thing that I am excited to present in the mailbag is criticism of me.
What?
No, this is good natured. This is from Kevin. Kevin wrote in, "Someone get John a map." He continues to claim all sorts of places as being, quote, in my neighborhood. I live in Humboldt, when clearly Cafe Ollie and the Rambler are in Boise, not Humboldt. Also, is everyone positive that the Rambler has bocce? Is it in the basement? Because I've never seen it there in all the times that I've been there. Kevin, okay, so like I think I've said like, places in my neighborhood, like going to the Rambler or going to Cafe Ollie, which, they're about 10 minutes away from my house, but correct. Technically, they're not within my neighborhood. I am trying to like enter the imperial phase and take over other neighborhoods a la Greater Idaho. I'm like launching the Greater Humboldt movement. We're just going to like take over North Portland. Although I will say, Kevin, the map Sultan of Portland, Cafe Ollie is not in Boise. It is in King. So back at you, buddy.
Ooh, Kevin.
Burn.
I was just hung up on bocce. I'm like, when did we say Rambler has bocce? What is Kevin talking about here? John, I'm happy to get you a map, though, just in general.
Hey, yeah. I'll just walk around the neighborhood so I know when I'm out of my own turf.
Yeah.
But yeah, like totally good natured. Kevin did write like a nice little note afterwards about how he appreciates the show. So thanks for writing in, Kevin.
Oh, thanks, Kevin.
I've got another note based on our conversation about leaving notes on people's cars. We talked about how sometime Portland has this tendency of leaving passive-aggressive notes. Karen wrote in with a great story. Quote, "It wasn't a Portland passive-aggressive note that was left on my car, but another communication approach that I feel may be unique to our fair city. Years ago, when I moved to Portland, my parents came for a visit. Someone stole their license plates and left three $20 bills in a Ziploc bag on their windshield. It was It was strangely both annoying and sweet." Have you ever heard of like a robber leaving cash?
Aw. But like, I don't understand the logic. Okay, so I need license plates, but I have $60.
Just go.
And I'm just going to give them to you because I want your license. Just get your own license plate. Well, like, what is going on?
Were they Oregon plates? Were they like fashion plates and they were trying to make a purse out of them or something? Or?
Oh, I'd think about an art project. Well, now it
Right?
makes perfect sense. Yes, an art
I
project.
hope
of
that
course.
criminal is out there listening. Please write in. Let us know what your thought process was.
I want to know. Yeah, please walk us through it.
Yeah, drop in the chat. Gotta know.
What else do we got?
All right. So the final chunk I have is a couple notes based on the Lloyd Center, which I'm sure we've all heard. The Lloyd Center Mall is slated to close on August 8th. There are plenty of neighborhood activists sort of trying to ward this off. But we reached out and wanted to hear from you about like what your memories have been of the Lloyd Center. And we got like a handful of really sweet ones. This one's from Patty J. Growing up in the 60s, I have nothing but fond memories of the Lloyd Center. My grandmother would take me to Manning's where we would eat lunch and watch the ice skaters. It was our happy place.
Aw.
Lloyd Center in the 60s.
Yeah.
We also heard from Tim, who said, walking the mall on rainy days before it was completely roofed and enclosed. Skating when the rink was humongous. Joe Brown's caramel corn at every visit. Barnes & Noble for books and magazines. Remember those? The crazy pillared parking garage, movies at the cinema across the street, dinners at Stanford's, which is like just a beautiful list. My favorite one, I want to read Misty D's, quote, I worked at the Lloyd Center Hot Topic in the late 90s, back when Hot Topic was cool. There used to be this retro-style diner on the very top floor called Billy Heartbeats. You could smoke cigarettes there, which was awesome to 19-year-old me. There was another restaurant there called Paradise Bakery. They had a Cobb salad sandwich on the menu that I ate all the time. I still think about that sandwich. I also have nightmares to this day about the holiday shopping season and our itty bitty, way too full store. A rest in peace, Lloyd Center. Brianna, a few of those got you, I saw.
My love for the Lloyd Center is so deep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that got me. I want to be alive to smoke in the Lloyd Center.
I know.
Like I missed a whole era.
Maybe we should just like bring it back. Like, what's the worst
I'll
that's
take
gonna
smoking
happen?
up again just to do it.
I gasped in California. I don't know if you heard that. I was like, oh, like,
Gasping in California.
yeah, I've grown up in a smoke-free environment since birth because California outlawed it like the moment they could. And so I remember going to other states and seeing like smoke, this is the smoking section, and me being like, what the hell is going on here? And just remember thinking how strange and weird that was. So anyhow, crazy.
You're making me so nostalgic.
Oh my gosh, Brianna, it's been several years since I've had a cigarette, but like you and me, like, do you want to just like take a walk? What are they going to do? Kick us out? Ban us from the Lloyd Center? Let's go smoke some cigarettes.
Let's smoke some cigarettes at the Lloyd Center.
What are you going to do? Renovate the Lloyd Center? Kick us out? Not have it any longer?
Ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, it's been so much fun having these roll in. We want to hear from more of you sharing your Lloyd Center memories. You can shoot us an email at portland@citycast.fm. And I'd also love for you to leave us a voicemail. We do have a phone number. You can leave us messages. Leave us a voicemail with your memories at 503-208-5448. And if you don't have photographic memory, that phone number is also in this episode's show notes. So yeah, leave us a voicemail when you're done listening.
Cool. Would it be a photographic memory, though, if it's audio?
Is audiographic a
Tape,
word?
like an audiographic?
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Audiographic memory, I don't know.
I don't know.
If that's not a word, I'm claiming it. I'm coining that.
Actually, just me and Kevin in a corner going, actually, wouldn't it?
just heckling me. Life is good.
Actually, John, I'm going to get you a dictionary on top of a map, John. Oh my God. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you both. And for those who are maybe upset that they didn't get to hear the opening question, again, membership.citycast.fm if you want to jump in and find out what was said. Again, it's only going to happen once a week for those who are just like, I'm never going to become a member. Stop it.
Yeah, but I'm going to talk it up. Guys, it was what we said in that opening section was crazy. Can you believe it? Oh, that was
so
insane.
crazy.
Oh.
All right. Thanks, guys. That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please tell a friend, rate it, leave us a good review, and don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's, which I'm pretty sure is not in the Humboldt neighborhood, John.
But it does have a smoking patio.